So when you get $100 million, which animal are you bringing into the fold?
Well, I can't believe that you asked me this question first because I already own a Sphinx cat and a snake. So like, I guess I just buy food for them. Bridget's laughing so hard. When you said that at the beginning, I was like, Adriel doesn't even know that there's like a snake in the corner over there.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You're listening to The Cool Table. My name is Adriel Smiley, and we're here for a legendary episode. We're here with Moscow Apartment.
Hi.
You have one of the best names, like, ever, that I've ever heard. Adriel Smiley is such a good name.
Thank you. Shout out to my parents for putting that together. I used to really hate it growing up because one, teachers would always, if I had a supply teacher, they would always pronounce it wrong. It'd be like Angel, Ariel, like something else. But now, yeah, now it's cool.
Aesthetically, like the way
I totally have the same problem with my name, so I feel you.
But the way your name is spelled, I think is so gangster. One of my best friends' name is Bridget too, and like I'm like, I always, because she spells it without the DG, it's just a G. And I thought hers was cool, but you definitely like blew her out of the water. Like, obviously don't tell her I said that, but like your way of spelling it is way cooler. Never seen
she's got that like she got that like kind of growl in her name, like
yeah. Like if it was DMX who decided to spell it, that's how he would spell it.
Literally.
Well, yeah, same. Shout out to my parents, I guess.
Yeah, parents are getting all the shout outs to start this one. I want to start by giving y'all some big love, because just like Christmas is actually, I wish I would have thought this earlier, but that's how I want Christmas music to sound. I'm not a big Christmas music person. I feel like it's too cheery, too happy, and I don't know what that says about me, but I feel like just like Christmas is like the perfect tone for Christmas music. Can you guys talk about, I guess, why you wanted to do that and, you know, how you decided on the sound?
Yeah, I mean, I think we decided on the sound for the same reason, where we also think that a lot of Christmas music is too cheery.
We were even talking about having like a sad Christmas song before we even knew we were going to do that cover.
Yeah, we were like, we know we want it to be just kind of sad and depressing. And then our label suggested that song to us, and we had never heard of the band before. And then we heard the song, and I was like, the song is amazing. We need to cover it. This is perfect. And then I think we like took an already sad Christmas song and tried to make it sound even more kind of melancholy, which was fun.
I think a lot of people like don't feel good in this time of year, especially living in Canada, when like the sun goes down at like 4 p.m. and it's hard to feel like cheery and stuff when it's like dark all the time.
Yeah.
And no sun. So I get very like depressed over Christmas. So I think it's nice to have a sad Christmas song.
And Christmas is low key like a sad time too. Like, I think like obviously you're around family, you're eating like it's going out of style. So, you know, there are those things, but I feel like it's secretly a sad time.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense.
It's kind of, for Bridget, it's like this is your first year without your parents, or like without having Christmas in like your family like home, because they moved and stuff.
Yeah, so this is like my first Christmas as like an adult, which is, you know, oh, thank you. Yeah, where I had to like, this is the first year I've experienced traveling for the holidays, which I feel like so many people do, and I never realized how hellish it is. I didn't realize how awful the airport would be.
Oh yeah.
For like the Christmas rush, I guess. So yeah, this is definitely a different Christmas for us.
Yeah, I can imagine, because I feel like at least me, like last Christmases have been mostly in the same place. Like we go to the same house, like the same stairwell, and I go in the kitchen. I know where the garbage is at. I can just, it's all the same stuff. So it's like when that changes, it's almost like you're not at a hotel for Christmas. You're mostly still at a house, but you might as well be at a hotel because you're just used to so much of the same thing. So nah, I totally feel that. And as well, I do think that people don't usually talk about the, not the sadder part, but like the lower part of Christmas, because it's like when you see all those stuff under the tree, all those gifts, I just think about how much that adds up to. You know those MasterCard commercials where it's like $2, $8. That's what I think. I look on the tree, I said, that's like $5,000 under there. Someone had to pay for that. So it's like, it could be a little sad for some people for sure.
And like my mom, she's so funny. She like forgets that Christmas is happening. So the day before Christmas, she'll just go to Shoppers Drug Mart and buy like all of the discounted perfume.
I like that.
And so like every year I'll get like Katy Perry perfume.
Wow,
my mom is very
kind of a tradition at this point. Like it's honestly
it's very from my mom. My mom gets me books for Christmas. About it.
Yeah, you only get like practical things.
I get practical things. I get my stepdad got me a budgeting software a couple years ago. My mom gets me like history books and stuff. It's great.
You get a printer. This girl needs a printer.
Wow.
I need a printer. I have a printer for Christmas, but I should have asked for one. That's a good point.
Christmas is like so expensive, and I think not enough people like talk about like how hard it can be at times, and like how the holidays can be really hard, and then are honestly made harder sometimes because there's like an expectation for it to be like happy. So it's kind of like, why am I sad when I should be happy? And it's like makes you more sad.
Yeah, I think practical gifts though is like a real sign of love. Like that's like someone, okay, they pay attention to what you need, what you would actually use. And then as well, you talk about the money stuff. Like New Year's Eve is like just around the corner. I went out one year for New Year's Eve, and I saw someone having an argument about their rent at a party. And I'm like, oh my God, rent is due tomorrow. Of course, like you're out here drinking your face off and rent is due tomorrow. So it's like, I totally get it. Nah, can't do it.
I just turned 19. I didn't realize one drink cost $13. Like yeah. I'm no.
No, it's robbery. It's robbery.
Robbery. Yeah.
This one I want to direct to Bridget, because I know you were a huge Nashville fan. You and you said that it was pretty close to the music industry in terms of like what you thought it would be like. Was there anything that was really far off that was like, nah, no one warned me about this?
I mean, I don't think so. I didn't expect it. Honestly, like when we went, everyone was just so nice and like just so chill, which I wasn't expecting. Like I guess I just expected the music industry to be a little more like competitive, and obviously it can be at some points, but it's honestly really supportive. Which
was it like the show?
Was it like the show? Yeah. Well, the show I'm saying is very like there was a lot of competition and drama, and you don't experience that. So
that's good to hear. So big shout to everyone who y'all are working with, who's bringing the good energy, good vibes, because that's honestly great. I kind of felt the same thing as well. Like when I started getting more into the music industry, I was like, some people are decent. Like I thought everyone was gonna be a dickhead, and I was gonna be like, having to raise my voice to people. And everyone was pretty nice and helpful, and I was like, okay, not bad. So no, I absolutely love to hear it. The crazy thing about y'all is it feels like Better Daughter was so long ago. Maybe that's just me, but
no, it feels like that for us too, 100%.
Okay, yeah. It feels like Better Daughter came out so long ago. When I went to go check your Spotify and it said 2020, I was like, "What's 2020?" Like I don't. It feels so long ago. So how is that when y'all are making music for 2022? Y'all got music coming up next year, but Better Daughters actually just last year. Are you guys like trying to build off that, or is what you got next basically something totally different?
It's pretty different. We haven't gone into the production stage of it yet. Like I think at our core, we've always been singer-songwriters. So it's like in that way, it's pretty similar and very like music, what is the word? Like formula based, like having like a solid verse, chorus, bridge, like that kind of stuff. But like it is more pop leaning. Like our newer stuff is definitely more pop leaning. But we'll still have like the components of
And
like
indie, I think, and indie leaning too.
I'd say the last album was pretty like that, like pretty indie leaning. So
yeah, I think we're definitely like I don't think our upcoming stuff will be labeled as folk at all though. I feel like Better Daughter definitely still had that kind of folk ties to it. I don't really see our new music in that kind of like lens anymore. So that'll be interesting considering we started out doing folk.
it's the like I'd say it's the first time we've ever really stepped outside of like the folk singer-songwriter realm. So that's exciting. But yeah.
That is exciting. And you guys produce now. So is that affecting the way you're like writing the songs, putting them together? Like, is that changing kind of your mindset going into it, just knowing that you're going to be a way bigger part of the process all the way through?
Well, it's kind of, I think this is also the first album that we've ever wrote or we co-wrote with a lot of people. Like we've always written together a lot. And I'd say all of the songs except for 2 on Better Daughter, we wrote between the 2 of us. And it's kind of a different situation now because we've been able, like through going to Nashville, we've been able to work with producers and like kind of seeing how like the production process works like better. Like I think we decided to be producers because we didn't really have money to pay a producer and we couldn't find someone that we like super connected to in time. So we just decided to do it. But I think it really did.
I mean, as much as like we both really like doing production and like want to do in the future, I think it's definitely Better Daughter. We felt we co-produced it with our friend almost out of necessity, just because we didn't feel like we could get the sound we wanted without producing it ourselves. So I think that kind of experience will definitely inform our future music. But yeah, I think we still have a lot to learn from producers now that we've met a lot more producers who we kind of really connect with. So.
We've never gone to school for production too, so we're like very much amateurs when it comes to production and like, even listening to
we're flying by the seat. We had no idea what was going on. We were lucky enough to co-produce it with our friend who's an engineer, but
and we didn't like it's funny because we didn't even have enough money to like pay for like people to actually forget backing band and stuff on Better Daughter. So like Guillermo played every backup instrument. He engineered it, mixed it, co-produced it. Like he was doing everything on that album.
Yeah, and Guillermo, he's a miracle worker.
He's so talented, and I think like working with him was such like a learning experience for us, and like learning how to like, oh, this is how you like be a musician, and like he's dope and he's super cool. So yeah, I'd say a lot of the production was him like helping us too. But yeah.
It's crazy because I guess I've known about y'all for a long enough time that you guys have quote unquote grown in my mind. but I always forget how young you guys are. Like you guys talk about like having to learn so much and being like new to producing and everything. And it's like when I don't look at you guys that way. So it's so interesting to hear you guys say that, but you guys are technically young in this. So that makes a lot of sense. I want to ask y'all about the Mondays in Moscow playlist. I love when artists make playlists. Like some people find it so annoying. I'm like, nah, give it to me. Give it to me. So talk about the Mondays in Moscow playlist.
Yeah. Both me and Pascal are just total playlist people. Like we both make a lot of personal playlists. And yeah, I feel like we often get, asked about our like influences, and I think our influences change a lot and are very like varied. So we wanted to make a playlist. And that's that. And so yeah, we started out with a Christmas playlist because or a holiday playlist. They're not all Christmas songs. Because we thought that would be fun.
Gonna go with Not Better Daughter One More Time, just like Christmas.
Yeah, to kind of go with that release.
But we put on a whole bunch of different. Bridget loves Christmas music. She's definitely like a Christmas music. You love Christmas music. So like she was like when we were talking about having a playlist, she's like, I already know. And I went and looked at the playlist and I kept trying to add things to the playlist and they were literally already added. And I was like,
okay.
If you look and you see like a Christmas Blink 182 song, that's because
He's wearing a Moscow apartment shirt.
Oh, gang.
He'll be coming down in a second. I'll continue talking about this.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
Let's.
Hey, Derek.
Hi. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm very much a guest in this house, so that's happening all the time. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Christmas playlist. Yeah, I have a weird relationship with Christmas music. I come from a family that doesn't really celebrate Christmas tons. But yeah, I love holiday music. I get driven insane by the same like 10 songs being played over and over. And so it's just, I just worked really hard to find Christmas songs that I could listen to that wouldn't drive me crazy. And there's still a few, of those ones that are played constantly, like Mariah Carey, like All I Want for Christmas Is You, or whatever it's called, will forever be amazing. I could listen to that song like a billion times.
Are insane.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just really like that kind of melancholy holiday music. And so I just have this we just made this huge ass playlist of it.
I love it.
Oh yeah. I like funny Christmas music. I like the fact that like Weezer has a Christmas song. Crazy. I think that's so funny. Like all of these like pop punk or like random bands, like alt bands have like I was looking at Christmas songs and like what are they called again? My December by Linkin Park.
Oh like, my goodness.
I love like a random Christmas song by like an alt band too. It's really funny to me.
Yeah. I feel like you're definitely like changing my mind on Christmas music. I used to work at this toy store and they had this Christmas CD and it was 12 songs and it was like the same 3 or 4 Christmas songs, but in like a bunch of different languages. So by the time you're hearing Jingle Bells in Spanish, you're just ready to call it quits. Yeah. So that was like PTSD to hear all that Christmas music. And then now we come to a place where I can actually enjoy some Christmas music. So I would say that you did the world a favor with this playlist, honestly. Like you did the world an absolute huge favor.
I live in a 5 square foot apartment and I have 2 bars and I don't understand how that works.
Wow. Yeah, no, it makes no sense. And I've had times where my data is moving slow and I'm outside I'm like, I'm in the middle of the street. Why is this not working? It's.
I swear they do it on purpose so they can get more money. I hate.
Oh, totally.
No, I think so too. I think so too. The last thing I wanted to ask y'all about before we get into our cool table questions is actually the beginning of Moscow Apartment. I know it wasn't always intentional. It was more like y'all were doing it for fun, y'all hanging out. And I believe it was Samantha Martin who was like, I can get y'all opportunities. Y'all should do this. Talk about just, I guess, going back in time compared to where you are now. Like, what would you tell that version of yourself about what the future holds?
That's a good question. I feel like I would tell myself that like adults can be shitty because in their hearts they're still children, but you don't know that when you're like 13, 14 years old and you're around all these really cool adults. Samantha Martin was amazing. We worked with some amazing, but then sometimes you run into people and like you just feel like you don't belong or they don't like you, or like you feel insecure, and like when you're a kid it just doesn't make sense, and I think we have had really like hard experiences that have gotten me down, and like, but I'm like, I think at the end of the day adults are just kind of operating the same way that you do when you're like a teenager, and like, and cut people slack because it's hard to be a person and be alive, but yeah.
Brittany, what about you?
I mean, I definitely agree with what Pascale said. I don't know, man. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm very grateful for every experience. There's nothing that I would want to like redo necessarily.
Maybe not a regret. Get a good lawyer. High school doesn't matter. Those are two huge ones for sure.
No, in high school right now.
No one thought we were cool in high school.
No one thought we were cool in high school. They thought the fact everyone thought that we were in a band. They were like, that's stupid.
Really?
People would like make fun of us. We would be walking down the halls and people would make fun of us, like singing our songs in the halls, being like at us in a mean way.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Kids are also mean.
You know what? I can believe that high school is pretty dumb. I had a TV show on Rogers in high school, and someone asked me, why do you have a TV show? What's so great about you? I was like, what kind of question is that? So you're right. High school is full of haters. Definitely.
What TV show were you on?
It's called Now You Know. It's not on anymore, but it was on Rogers TV like a long time ago. I'm not going to age myself, but I'm sure you guys were not in high school at that time.
I want to find it.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I'd say the advice would just be like, just let go of what people think, because that's just out of our control. And like whether it's like people our age or like people that are older than us, and like I think it's hard not when you're like a sensitive person, especially making music, like it's hard not to be like, oh, forget about that. But like I think you kind of have to protect yourself as a creative person putting stuff out there, and you have to be like, it doesn't matter, can't control what people are thinking, No,
100%. This next question, I'm excited for y'all answers because I know y'all are some great creative minds, and this question goes all types of directions. This one's gonna go to Pascale first. When people get $100 million, they always buy exotic animals. I don't know if it's the rules or they just tell you when you get your 100 mil, but that's what people do. Michael Jackson with his monkey, Justin Bieber with his monkey, Mike Tyson with his tiger. So when you get $100 million, which animal are you bringing into the fold?
Well, I can't believe that you asked me this question first, because I already own a Sphinx cat and a snake. So like, I guess I just buy food for them. And Bridget's laughing so hard. When you said that at the beginning, I was like, Adriel doesn't even know that there's like a snake in the corner over there.
Oh, that's amazing.
probably buy.
Snake used to be mine, so I also used to own an exotic animal.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I'd probably I would love to get like another snake. I love snakes. I think they're so fucking cool. I think it's really cool that they like that I have to feed it other animals. I know that's like bad, but like
it's not. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Like when this snake bites on the dead mouse and like curls around it, I'm like, whoa, that's cool.
That's why I gave the snake to Pascal. I love snakes. I don't like having dead mice in my freezer.
Yeah,
that was the line for me. I was like, nope, I can't do this anymore.
But like, even a Sphinx cat, I got a Sphinx, and I definitely regret it. I love my cat so much. She's like the light of my life, but like, that breed is not supposed to exist. They have so many health issues. They get so cold because they have no fur. So like, I don't know if I would buy a cat. Also because I've seen Tiger King, and that shit is scary. Yep. I don't want to get my arm bitten off. You know, but what would you get, Brighid?
Okay, so I have two answers. One is I would like a fox because foxes are cool as fuck. Maybe a fennec fox, maybe an Arctic fox, maybe a brown fox, who knows? However, I have seen the movie Girl and the Fox, and I know that domesticating exotic animals never goes well for anyone.
Out of the window? Well,
yeah, that movie made me cry so much as a kid. So I wouldn't actually get a fox. I think if I could get an exotic animal, I would go really boring and get a tortoise.
You said you wanted a skunk though, Brighid.
No, but ethically I don't feel right getting a skunk. Because you can get pet skunks, but they remove their scent glands, which just doesn't feel right to me. So I think if I could get an exotic animal, I'm thinking of my morals and ethics, I would get a tortoise. Big tortoise.
Well, you would
need just one of those little tortoises like walking around.
Like it might outlive you.
Yeah.
Most likely for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get a unicorn if I could get a unicorn. I've been a horse girl since I was like little kid. We went horse riding in Nashville too, and I love a horse. I love horses so much.
Horse would be my answer. Like I used to work at a racetrack, and I used to work at a racetrack in Ajax, and I would like a ranch with a bunch of horses. Like that's just vibes to me, you know. Like I would be not technically exotics, maybe a ranch with a bunch of unicorns, but
hell yeah.
Yeah, totally with that.
I'm sticking with my boring tortoise answer, guys. Tortoises are sick. Have you ever seen them eat flowers? It's so cute.
Never seen that, no.
I've seen
you gotta look up. If you just look up like tortoise videos on YouTube, they're adorable. There's this one tortoise that lives in Japan that just like walks around. It's great.
I could also buy how in like what was the one guy who sold all the cocaine and then bought all those hippopotamuses? He was like a mogul, he's really famous. I forget his name.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, so he bought all these hippopotamuses, and they're just in this lake in like this town, and they can't get rid of them because hippopotamuses are one of the most dangerous animals ever. They're killers, cold-blooded killers. But they're killing the ecosystem because all of their shit is like killing. They're not native to that. So they've been killing all of like the wildlife. So I would buy all the hippopotamuses and find out how to get them back to their natural habitat.
Oh, no, I changed my answer. See, that's a bad question because we could just talk about this for hours. I have to change my answer. I think I would get some kind of weird bird, but like not like a parrot or anything like that. I think I'd get like an owl or maybe like a falcon. I think it'd be sick to just have a pet falcon and be like, yo, this is my pet falcon. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Just like sitting on your arm, just staring at people. I think that would be kind of sick.
I feel like that would be so fly because like they're just really cool. Like, they're so cool, but I'm a little bit scared of them. But still it would be really cool. And I was just looking at tortoise videos while y'all were talking. My algorithm is about to be crazy right now. Like I can't even imagine what's about to come up after this interview.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I should have asked this first. Maybe we got to run this back at some point and just talk about every animal ever to exist.
Yeah.
Okay, when the album and she's gone. Oh my gosh. When she comes back in, here's okay. We'll make the plan right now since everyone's in the Zoom.
There she is.
I'm so sorry, but
no worries. We'll make the plan right now because we're almost done here. When the album comes out 2022, we'll talk about it for like 5-6 minutes, but we can really get into this whole animal talk, and we can probably
good. Because you don't know how many opinions. I love nature documentaries. I know so much about random animals.
I'm ready to learn, and I think what we should do is an animal draft between the three of us. We can draft like 5. Yeah, we'll do an animal draft. Good idea or good idea?
That is
a good idea.
Honey Badger. Badger don't give a fuck.
Honey Badger gay. Okay, this is gonna be this is gonna be the last one because Zoom is about to kick me the hell out of here. Now we do this segment on the show called Wednesday Wisdom. Now we're looking for a motivational quote or saying either that you repeat to yourself when you're feeling low, or you share with the people around you when they need that extra push. So what is a motivational quote or saying that you just remind yourself of often? Pascale, I know you have the gems. We're gonna go to you first for this one.
I'm from a Catholic family. I'm not like super Catholic, but AA has been like, I've had a whole bunch of family members that have gone to AA, and I've like gone to meetings with them. And so like the serenity prayer has always been like really important in my life. And I've used the serenity prayer like every time I go through a hard time. I'm like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And like,
damn, okay, Catholic girl,
but like I think that quote has really changed my life. But yeah, what about you, Brighid?
Okay, in honor of a show being based on my favorite book coming out today, I'm just gonna give a really quick one. It's just 4 words, because survival is insufficient. I love that quote. It's actually from Star Trek, but it's used in my favorite book, Station 11. And I love that quote. It just makes me think like surviving isn't enough. You gotta live, you know.
I like that one a lot. It reminds me of a Jay-Z line where he says 9 to 5 is how you survive. I'm not trying to survive. I'm trying to put my mama in rides. I'm sure they probably came with it together, you know, same thought process to come with that one. But nah,
yeah,
I like those a lot.
Yeah, I love that one because it reminds me of the importance of the arts. I think like that's really in the book. Obviously, in Star Trek, it's about a bunch of weird sci-fi bullshit. But in the book, it's really about the importance of like arts and like doing things that you care about, and that's always important to me.
No, hugely important.
You should book, Brighid. You should see the name of the book.
Oh, I didn't read the book. It's called Station 11. Everyone should go read it. It's Canadian. There's a show coming out based on it today.
Oh, exciting. Exciting. Yeah. This has been a legendary conversation, y'all. Honestly, appreciate this, y'all spending your time with me on this call. Thank you for joining us on the In the Cut podcast. For anyone who's made it all the way to the end, please make sure you subscribe to us. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to pods. Leave us a rating and a review as well. 5 stars, not a single star less. Follow us on Instagram as well, The Cool Table Live on Instagram and The Cool Table Live on YouTube. You can listen to the radio show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. at CJRU 1280 a.m. in Toronto. And of course, until next time, know yourself, know your worth.